President Trump's direct threat to the Bay Area.
And they want more people in their sanctuary cities. Well, we'll give them more people. We can give them a lot. We can give them an unlimited supply.
Local politicians tonight fire back.
It really offends the basic principles of democracy.
Plus, the parasitic skin infection spreading to drivers on one Bay Area mass transit system.
Davis is something serious. I don't want to get infected.
Governor Gavin Newsom lays out his strategy for covering the state's skyrocketing wildfire costs, and it comes with some very strong words for PG&E.
The state has suffered because of their neglect and their misdirection.
The family of a woman murdered on a BART platform is now suing the agency, and money isn't all they're after.
They rushed in, they grabbed, they thought they were going to make a quick getaway. It didn't quite work out that way. They gave you guys a hard time.
Right, yeah. I got bit.
You got bit.
I got bit.
The new KPIX 5 News at 7 starts now with a Bay Area showdown with President Trump. Good evening. I'm Juliette Goodrich in for Elizabeth Cook.
And I'm Ken Bassita. Let's get right to KPIX 5's Andrea Borba with how the president wants to inflict some political payback.
The Bay Area and Bay Area leaders once again found themselves targeted by the president. Both via tweet and standing in front of a microphone, President Donald Trump suggested sending detained immigrants to sanctuary cities.
California certainly is always saying, oh, we want more people, and they want more people in their sanctuary cities. Well, we'll give them more people. We can give them a lot. We can give them an unlimited supply.
First reported by the Washington Post, the idea was shot down twice, once in November and once again in February by the Department of Homeland Security. The idea was met with umbrage and incredulity from leaders in the Bay Area. First, Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi.
Just another notion that is unworthy of the presidency of the United States.
As well as occasional Trump target, Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf.
The idea that this administration could use human beings, families, children, to exact political vengeance on enemies is outrageous. It really offends the basic principles of democracy.
San Jose Mayor Sam Liccardo says his city is already 40% immigrants, and that's the secret to its success.
If the federal government decides that they want to release detained immigrant families into San Jose, we will happily accept any family that has struggled through so much hardship and taken such great risk to want to be a part of our country. That is a great thing, and we are happy to welcome those families.
Governor Newsom went on to call this all political theater. In San Francisco, Andrea Borba, KPIX 5.
San Francisco elected officials also sounding off tonight. Mayor London Breed says, quote, like so many issues we are forced to talk about during this presidency, this isn't a real idea or a real proposal. It's just another scare tactic. So we're asking you tonight, if cities support a more open immigration policy, should they also shoulder some of the responsibility for housing and caring for new immigrants who are arriving at the southern border? Share your thoughts on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram using the hashtag KPIX.
Well, right now, the VTA is scrambling a bit to contain an outbreak of scabies, a parasitic skin infection that spread to 4 drivers. KPIX 5 Devin Feely on what is being done to protect those passengers.
News of a scabies outbreak is not what you want to hear if you routinely ride the bus, but the VTA wants to get the word out that they are aggressively taking steps to get ahead of the outbreak. The VTA says one of their drivers tested positive for the parasitic skin infection over the weekend, and 3 others have since gotten sick. The news just now spreading to passengers.
I'm scared now.
Passenger Amanda Serrano says she is concerned that riding the bus could expose her to scabies, an itchy, infectious rash caused by mites, microscopic insects that burrow under the skin.
Scabies is something serious. I don't want to get infected.
The VTA is trying to prevent that from happening. They pulled a dozen buses out of service on routes 22, 522, 55, and 88, ones used by the infected drivers.
We have hired an exterminator to come in all 130 buses to vacuum the cloth seats and then wipe down any hard surfaces with diluted bleach.
So far, VTA says no passengers have reported coming down with scabies.
The mites will not live long off their host.
Nortizzi with Santa Clara County's Vector Control says the insects require skin-to-skin contact to move from one person to another.
They don't jump and they don't fly, so they're basically crawling at about 1 centimeter in a minute when they're on the skin.
If you believe that you may have been exposed or are infected, the best advice is to see the doctor. It is treatable, but will not go away on its own. In Mountain View, Devin Feely, KPIX 5.
The family of a woman stabbed to death on a BART platform is now suing the agency. Nia Wilson's family claims heightened security could have spared her life. Wilson and her 2 sisters were at the MacArthur BART station in Oakland last July when investigators say a serial fare evader, John Lee Cowell, stabbed her in the neck, killing her. In the lawsuit, quote, plaintiffs contend that had BART taken adequate measures to prevent fare evaders from entering BART's stations, platforms, or trains, Nia Wilson would not have died. The family now wants BART to implement safety measures and staffing policies intended to reduce or prevent fare evasion and post a crime statistics notice with metrics regarding crime from the last 4 years at each BART station.
A BART spokesperson issued a statement today saying agency officials continue to express their deepest condolences to the friends and family of Nia Wilson, but did not comment on potential or pending litigation. Meanwhile, Governor Newsom wants to work with lawmakers on a plan to tackle deadly and costly wildfires. KPIX 5's Wilson Walker on the new strategies he's proposing.
It is a sweeping plan for dealing with the costs associated with California wildfires, but the real sparks came when Governor Gavin Newsom talked about PG&E. This was just the latest briefing from the governor on how to tackle California's wildfire problems. Today he talked about emergency funds, reforming the PUC, and doing a better job of keeping wildfires from becoming catastrophically large, but he saved his strongest words for the ailing utility.
There's a word that drives shivers up people's spines. I'll give it to you. It's called municipalization.
In short, the governor says that California's wildfire costs are large enough that they will have to be shared by everyone, including utility companies. He is now planning for a California wildfire summit later this year in Sacramento. Wilson Walker, KPIX 5.
In the North Bay, a robbery plot quickly backfires on 3 suspects. KPIX 5's Don Ford shows us the dramatic takedown by workers in a camera shop.
3 people came in here, started grabbing things off the shelf to rob the store. Situation didn't end up the way they thought it would. It was a normal day until it wasn't. Employees knew something was up when the robbers entered the store wearing backpacks backwards. Sure enough,
he had a backpack on backwards. So he was grabbing lenses and sticking them into his backpack.
And we all came out and we managed to catch 2 of the guys before they could get away.
It's a dramatic scene. Bad guys fighting to escape, employees locking the door, calling police, slamming the robbers to the floor. Scott Manchester was on the phone with 911 when suddenly things took an unexpected turn.
He's like, "Is it armed robbery?" And I go, "I don't think so." Then all of a sudden someone yelled, "There's a gun." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, armed robbery."
And then during that struggle, there was actually a loaded 9mm handgun that one of the suspects dropped onto the floor of the business.
Employees say the gun may have fallen out of a backpack. It was quickly grabbed up and secured away from the robbers. Owner Mike Paschke says it wasn't easy holding them down.
And they gave us a hard time.
They gave you guys a hard time.
Right, yeah. I got bit.
You got bit?
I got bit. It's all bandaged
Oh,
up. They want to.
Oh, you're right. There's the bandage. They bit you on the arm.
Bit me through and punctured the skin. So.
Now you're going to need rabies shots.
Yeah, I'm lucky my tetanus is up to date.
Of the 3 robbers, 2 are in jail and 1 got away for now. Police say they have good leads on the 3rd. In Santa Rosa, Don Ford, KPIX 5.